Hi everybody, sanibonani. Welcome to my channel. Igama lami Ntando Mdletshe, and on this channel sikhuluma ngama-reality TV shows, ama-celebrities kanye nama-YouTubers. Listen, I'm going to talk about the recent episode of the Bala Family. Okay, it's getting interesting, you guys, and it should be, honestly, it should be, because a lot of the times when you are siblings and you are grown, you live your different lives at your own spaces. You are not really forced that much to spend time together, but when you are shooting the show, there's going to be things that you are going to have to do together, and that is going to put pressure on a relationship, and um, that brings issues, that you don't normally deal with on a daily basis, and I think that is what is happening with this family. There's still that, tension between Phelo no Zwai. I don't think that Phelo is making it easy, honestly. I think in this episode he really was giving me that last born energy. And yes, you guys, it's interesting. It was also interesting to see more of Pinky and they her friends trying to get her a man. Okay, because when you are single sometimes and your friends are not single, they always feel like they need to get you into a relationship, and I think that is what is happening with her. Okay, so at the beginning, you guys, Phelo talked about something really like important, especially recently with stories that are coming out about certain celebrities. He talks about going through depression and anxiety, and I guess that is something that he dealt with in his, spiritual journey, when he was discovering that he needed to go or answer his calling. Okay, and he says that a lot of the times people just think that he wants attention, and then he's talking to someone that I think it's is his Gobela, and talking about how they need to arrange for umsebenzi, and I'm thinking that kusho ukuthi umsebenzi wokukhishwa lowo, and somewhere in Feb, which I'm guessing that it's earlier this year. You guys, it's hard with Phelo, because of course, you guys, a lot of the times last bonds do things to get attention, but it does not mean that when they're going through stuff, then everything should be, you can just say it's because they're trying to get attention, because sometimes it's really because they're going through stuff and they're needing help and they're needing support. So it can't be that always when they're going through something you don't support them because you're thinking they just want attention. Okay, and I think that it's important that in the sibling line you understand everybody's position. As much as it can be irritating for you that he's just looking for attention, now as a sibling you have your own issues, but there's always that one sibling that goes through more than any other sibling, and they require more support than any other sibling, and I think that's what they're going through when it comes to Phelo. And then the next thing, it was like Valentine's Day. You know, the mother and Ubab Jafta went out on a picnic, and she's saying here that she's never been taken out on Valentine's Day. Listen, you guys, I support the mother just saying, listen, I want love in my life, and that's what I'm gonna do with my life. Because think about it, if she had chosen to remain single, which is what a lot of the times children sometimes prefer for their parents to just not be getting married again after their parent passes away, or that relationship with their parent doesn't work. All of her children have their own lives. Have they don't live with her, she will basically be living her alone in her house and then doing what with her life. So I totally support her just finding love for herself, so that she can just have somebody there and something to do as well. And maybe I don't support how she got married without telling her children that she was getting married, but that is something that they are trying to sort out right now. They are trying to get that understanding between them and the kids. Okay, but I totally support somebody saying, listen, I want somebody in my life that I can walk this very hard life journey with, and this is the person that I've chosen. And if they have chosen that person, why not? Why not walk the journey with somebody instead of walking it alone? And we also get Uloiso with with his kids, and the grandmother finally gets to spend time with the kids. There is somebody that they're not talking about here. Now, in this episode, I was like, yeah, definitely, because I've been feeling like that. There is somebody that then, there is something that they're not talking about specifically when it comes to the mother and her not being allowed to spend time with the kids previously, because Uloisa does mention that, yes, it's been some time since my mother has spent time with my kids. No, he did not even say this. Like she's never spent time with the kids before, but he says there is a reason for it. Is that people might not think that there is a good reason for it, but there is a good reason why she was not spending time with the kids. But then he doesn't go on to tell us what that reason is. What was the reason that you were not allowing your mother to spend time with the kids? Even now, you guys, they are not spending time alone with her. He is there. It's almost he wants to keep an eye on them. And I did feel that also when they were having a conversation with the wife, the other episode, that she was not, it didn't seem to me like she trusts her mother-in-law with her kids, which I thought was weird. But I'm hoping that, as the episodes move along, we are going to get to understand exactly why they don't feel like they can trust her with the kids. Okay, but the kids were so happy, you guys. They were so happy with to spend time with the grandmother. They went out. I think they were at a mall, in some section where they were playing games. And yes, you guys. So Loisa does talk about the fact that, because the mother is complaining about the fact that sometimes, his wife shows up for certain things. Sometimes she would say that she was not told when they have told Lois. So when things are happening in the family, and he would deliver the message to his wife late, and then there would be his wife's complaint that she had about whatever it is that was happening late. So he is saying that, you know what, I would prefer for you to have a better relationship with my wife so that you guys can communicate direct. Because sometimes, yes, you guys do tell me, and I'm very busy at work, and sometimes I just forget about it until it's too late, and then I tell her, and then it's late for her to actually come. So he prefers that they fix their relationship. The mother, Pinky, and his wife fix their relationship so that they are able to communicate directly, which I think that it's a good idea. He does mention, you guys, I don't know those who watched the episode, how they interpreted this, because he did mention something about the fact that he feels like the family did not treat, or does not treat his wife like they've treated the other Makoti in the family. And by the other Makoti, he meant Zwai's first wife. So the way that I interpreted what he was saying was that he feels like they went easy on Zwai's first wife. They went easy on her as Umakoti, whereas there is a bigger expectation when it comes to his wife, and he couldn't explain why to him. Those who watched the episode, maybe you can tell me how you interpreted that. I felt like that's what he was trying to say, that he feels like they expect a little bit more from his wife than they did when Zwai's wife was Umakoti. And then the next thing, it was Uzwai. He was back at home, meeting with his family. It's funny how I thought that they lived in Johannesburg before the show began. I thought that all of them, but they seem to be spending more time back at home, and a lot of the things that they're shooting back at home. And I think that most of them are based back at home. I think they come to Joburg mostly for work. Okay, so he's meeting with the uncle because there is umsebenzi that they need to do, which is called Ntando enkulu, which gives Uzwai the right to be able to do izinto zasekhaya, and there were uncles there. So it's like a typical family meeting where they're trying to decide on important things in the family. Okay, and yes, you guys. And then there was another scene where Phelo was meeting with Ushamin Mtinda, the actress. She says she's her friend, and also she is somebody that also helps her out with her spiritual journey. And they start talking about his relationship. Okay, I think that sometimes, when you're in a relationship and something big happens in the relationship, that, a conflict or something where you can't stay in a relationship because of that conflict, immediately you just have to leave a relationship. I think that's what happened with Phelo. But you don't get the time to deal with the fact that this is the person that you loved very much, and you had decided that you were going to spend the rest of your life with this person. Now the relationship hasn't worked. You have to deal with the ending of that relationship and accepting that you're never going to be with this person. So then, because then the big thing has happened, you remember there was like GPV case with their relationship, that big thing. So you're dealing with that instead of dealing with the fact that the relationship itself is ending. So it takes time for you to get to a point where now you are dealing with the fact that the relationship is ending. You have lost somebody that you thought was your person. I feel like only now is Phelo dealing with that, and I don't think that he's dealing with it good, because really honestly I feel like there is a lot of drinking in his life. He does say that, he really, at the time when they were going through what they were going through in their relationship, had Moshe said to him, listen, I love you, I want you to stay, it would have been different, and I think that he's just saying that he would have stayed if he said, Moshe said, I love you, I want you to stay. Instead, he kicked him out of the house, put his clothes on a black plastic bag, and threw him out. And he did that in front of his friends. Okay, he's hopeful, you guys, about finding love, but I think that he's very hurt about his relationship, because he says he really really did love Moshe a lot. And I mean, I guess that was his plan, that they were going to be together forever. Okay, and then you guys, Pinky, her friends have organized for her like blind dates. I like the way that they did it. Okay, it might have been the producer's idea as well, because they organized this day for her, where she is speed dating, but they've chosen 4 men for her to date. Okay, and they would come in and she would talk to them, and then the next guy comes in, and then the next guy comes in. That thing, they shot it so quickly. I feel like I wish that they had taken more time for us to hear more from the guys. Most of the guys, I think there was like guy number 3 that I was like, okay, I would like to hear a conversation go on for longer with this guy. But the others, I was like, no man, the friends didn't do a very good job of choosing the guys. Maybe we did not have enough time to get to know the guys. But afterwards, like, they give her feedback on who they think that could work for her. At the end, she chooses not to. That is the greatest thing about being older, you guys. That is like the best thing about being older. The people will be here online talking about, you have this number of children, you are old. The best thing about being older is that you know what you want. Especially when it has, you just know, like, when you just meet the person, they'll be like, ukuthi bawufola abantu, it does not mean I have to choose, and I'm not even seeing anybody here. And you are also sure about yourself, and you're not feeling like I have to be with somebody. Because when you feel like you have to be with somebody, you would feel like, out of the 4 guys, I have to choose somebody. She did not feel that pressure, because at the end she just felt like, guys, listen, there's many men out there that I'm still going to meet, and I will find my person, but that person is not within these guys. And her friends were also okay with that. But I thought that it was a sweet thing, because I believe that it is a Valentine's month, and they just wanted her to see these men and see if they can choose somebody. Okay. And then the next one, you guys, they are having an audition. It's Uzwa, Pinky, and Phelo was supposed to be there as well. They have something called the Bala Voices, where I guess they just have these people that sing. Like, let's say you have a wedding, you want people to come sing at your wedding, you call Bala Voices, and you say, I need singers, they send you singers. You have a party, you need people to sing, they send you singers. That's what Bala Voices is. So they were auditioning new people for that. And Phelo had expressed that he wanted to be part of that. So he was supposed to be part of the audition with Pinky, and Zoe shows up as well. it worked that not Ubala, Uzwai is, it worked that Uzwai showed up because Phelo doesn't show up until very, very late. So they do the audition. They are surprised that he's not there. It was supposed to be at 2, and then 4 o'clock he's showing up. He's showing up, he is sweating, smelling of alcohol. He even did say that he had been drinking, and he's slurring with his words. Okay, I did think that you guys, had they just decided to just sit there and go through the audition and just pretend that everything is okay and then talk about the whole thing afterwards, it would have been better because the audition was not over, but he was extremely late. Okay. And when he gets there, they decide to have a conversation about why he is late. And he was drunk, so he wasn't very respectful to Zwei as well. And Zwei decides that, you know what, since you are not serious about this, because you can't be showing up to almost 3 hours later, and also you're showing up, you look like you're drunk, so you're not ready to do this because this is like professional work, so you might as well leave. And then he leaves, throws a tantrum outside, drives his car off. Okay, really, for me, you guys, because I've been on Pelo's side, because I felt like there is a lot of I was feeling like Zoe doesn't give Pelo a break. He's always on him about something. He's always on him about something, even when he's trying. So I've been on Pelo's side to say, I just feel like Uzwai needs to go a little bit easy on a Pelo, and also recognize that he is going through a lot right now. But I feel like I was disappointed in Pelo in this situation because I felt like I wish that he would have showed up, and just prove to them that you are really serious about music, like you say you are. You just needed to show up for an audition, and then you could go and drink afterwards, because nobody is saying don't drink, but they want you to show up for work when you're supposed to show up for work, and you are showing up, but you are showing up drunk. So how does that help anybody? So I was disappointed because I've been on his side in that way, in saying, you know what, sometimes you're going through a lot, and that last born, firstborn tension. Sometimes there's a great, because the firstborn usually thinks the lastborn is having it easy, and sometimes the last one is fighting to just be understood, and I feel like they were going through that. But in this episode, really, I was disappointed in Phelo. I feel like he should have shown up for work sober, and he didn't, and they were disappointed. Pinky and as well were disappointed. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching this review. Honestly, this is a show that I really didn't think that I was gonna enjoy watching, because I thought that it was going to be as boring as hell. Okay, but it's not as boring, you guys. It really is. It really is entertaining. It really is watchable. Okay, thank you so much for watching this review. Please like the video before Pumegona. Share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers. Ntanda kakulu.